Today, I am unpacking from our recent trip to Italy. I want to share some key things that I learned about packing smarter. I'll show you what worked, what didn't, and why I decided to switch out my wheeled backpack and crossbody bag, and instead I chose a 20-inch wheeled suitcase with a wide handle and a long handle tote. If you are planning a trip to Europe, stay tuned. These tips might just change the way you pack. Hello, welcome, and for those returning to our channel, welcome back. We are Wayne Melissa Travel, a 50-plus couple sharing our adventures in budget travel. The reason I changed my bag is pretty simple. This bag arrived earlier than expected, and so once I saw it, I had to pack it. It has our logo on it. I was able to put some stickers on it from our favorite content creators, and I just thought it'd be a fun bag to take. When we went over our trip, we realized we won't really be going up and down the stairs in the metro, so that wasn't going to be an issue. We were going to be flying and then taking trains everywhere. After going over our booking information, we realized that one of our accommodations did not have an elevator, but it was on the first floor. That would not be a problem. Before we get into the unpacking, let's go over how to dress for an international flight. Layering is key. So I had this two-piece set that was super comfortable. It had a hoodie, and then the hoodie had kangaroo pockets. The pants were cargo pants, and so they had lots of snap pockets and slip pockets on the side, so I could stash things like headphones and lip gloss, things like that. So then I layered it with a t-shirt, and then I had the hoodie, and then I had my scarf, and then I added my travel vest, and I was so comfortable. I was able to remove layers if I got too hot and add layers if I got too cold, and having the hoodie to hold my headphones on, and once I had my headphones and my eye mask on, it really helped to get some rest inside the plane. I am so excited to share the features of this suitcase with you. It is a wide handle bag. This is something kind of revolutionary in the luggage industry, something they're trying, and I thought it was worth a shot. So the benefit of this is that the handles and the all the fittings go down the sides of your bag, and so there's no bars in the middle of your bag. So it gives you more of an open flat space to pack your belongings inside your suitcase. I really love the double wheels. That allowed me to maneuver very easily through the airport and also on the cobblestone streets. This bag performed better than expected. I will put the weight and also the measurements on here so you will have that information, but I did not have any trouble getting it on the flight on American Airlines or British Airways. The British Airways flight, I did have to turn my luggage sideways to get it in the above luggage compartment, but so did everyone else. That plane just had really small luggage compartments. I have had this TripAdvisor tote for 15 years, and I really never traveled with it. But it was perfect for this trip because the long handles of this tote fit over the wide handle of this piece of luggage. So I want to encourage you, just because you make a decision on what you're going to pack, if you change your mind at the last minute because of different variables, go for it. Whatever makes travel easier and less stressful for you. So I like using a tote as my personal item. I also like taking a backpack as my personal item. The advantages of a tote are when it's sitting on top of your luggage, you can open one zipper and see everything. The disadvantages with a backpack are when you have it sitting on top of your luggage, you have to open multiple compartments, and sometimes it can be a little unstable when you try to do that. And so having a tote with one opening is fantastic. I just make sure your tote bag personal item has a zippered closure. This small Rangeland crossbody bag is perfect for your ID, your lip gloss, things like that. This is an over-the-tray seat organizer for the airplane. It is fantastic. I will insert a picture here to show you exactly how I used that. Have you guys noticed that airplane seat trays have been cut in half? The ones we were on had a bifold, and so the tray table would fold in half and then fold up into the seat. So it was a little strange, but we made it work. However, when the person in front of you has their seat back, you really have a hard time using that tray fully folded out. You kind of have to do the halfway fold it to be able to use it. This is the foot hammock. I did not use that. It was just not enough space for me to use it, and I had plenty of room in my window seat, so I didn't really have to use the foot hammock. My electronics bag is always something that I carry, and everything on there I ended up using. For the first time, instead of taking a multi-plug converter, I just took one plug for EU plugs, and it had multiple charging ports. It had two USBs, a USB, and then the regular American plug that you would just plug. I use it for my curling iron. Wireless noise canceling headphones, major, major yes. An eye mask, no brainer, you must take an eye mask. And this collapsible water bottle was fantastic. I took it with me every day. And then when we came upon the water fountain called Nezones in Italy, we just filled it up and kept on going. And of course, my little towel that I use every day for either a tablecloth or to wipe up a spill. Okay, this thing right here, get you one of these. It is an organizer that fits onto the airplane window. I will put a picture in here, but it gives you so much more space. Like I said, having the tote bag where you can just open one thing and see everything was fantastic. I did not end up using my Turkish towel on the plane because the blanket that they provided was very nice and it was adequate for what I needed it. So I didn't use my Turkish towel until I got to our accommodations in Italy. This is the EU plug I was telling you about. So I didn't have to take a multi-plug converter. I just took this one plug and it has 5 ports. I usually travel with 2 types of wipes. I like some wipes that have vitamin E and aloe and things like that just for my skin to wipe it off when I feel like kind of gross. And then I always take my Clorox wipes because I like to wipe down the seat back and the seat belt and things like that. This is an air fly. This is a knockoff of an air fly. This was only like $20 on Amazon. And it took a little getting used to for me to figure it out. But once I did, it was fantastic. I don't know if I would take it again, but I'm glad I got a chance to try it out. Moving from my personal item onto our cosmetic bag, Wayne and I decided to share this medium-sized Bag Smart cosmetic tote. It was more than enough. We actually didn't even fill it up. But when we are traveling together and we have the space, it is just so much easier to have everything in one place. So this has multiple pockets, multiple compartments. Wayne typically gets the top compartment and then I get everything else. These waterproof compartments proved to be very valuable. We did have something that leaked and we were able to wipe it down very easily. It is so nice to travel with a hanging toiletry kit. We packed travel size items, so we were prepared to throw away anything that we didn't use and not have to repack it. The few liquid items we did have, we put these in a small bag because we were going through United Kingdom and we heard they had very strict liquid guidelines, and so we just separated them out. This dual voltage curling brush was a lifesaver. Love this thing. We also used our shower suction cup trick. We take a suction cup that has a hook on it and then we affix that to the tile or to the mirror or to the glass shower walls, and it just gives you more vertical space, and that worked great. So we just hung that up, and I'll insert a picture here so you can see what that looked like. I will also include a link to this dual voltage curling brush that folds in half down in the description. As you can see, we had plenty of space and we didn't even use all the pockets that we had, but this bag just made it so easy. It packs pretty flat. I always take my microfiber hair towel and then a headband to pull my hair back when I'm taking out my contacts or putting on my makeup or washing my face. These were from Dollar Tree. They're from the infant section, they're little washcloths. In Europe, they don't typically have washcloths, and so we took 2 washcloths with us, and they were so soft and they dried so quickly, they came in handy. So I would highly recommend grabbing a couple of these at the Dollar Tree. They came in a 4-pack for $1.25. This was unexpected. My son didn't realize I was videoing, and he came to tell me goodbye, so I left it in because I just thought it was so adorable. Inside this small zippered bag is where I keep my makeup. I sometimes keep my makeup separate and sometimes I'll put my makeup in the makeup bag. Because it was a overnight flight, I didn't need to put makeup on. Bringing solid deodorant is so helpful to reduce your liquid items. Have you ever lost a crown or a filling while you're out of town or on vacation? We have, so now we always travel with the dent tip. I also recommend bringing a small sewing kit. Let's get into the main suitcase. One of my favorite features of this suitcase is that it has 2 zippered sides. I love that. So I can open it up and nothing is going to fall out. I absolutely love this feature. Inside this first one, I had a crossbody bag. It weighs hardly anything. The color was perfect because it matched everything. I use this as my daily carry bag. On the other zippered side is my foldable tray that you have seen many times in my packing videos. This is the Barefoot Dreams cardigan. This worked out to be a wonderful piece. I was able to use this as a robe, as a layering piece, and I used it at night when I was in my loungewear, and we'd sit in a common area in the kitchen or in the foyer and kind of go over our day. It was nice to have this extra layer. This raincoat, I love this raincoat. I got this at Walmart years ago, and it was a fantastic piece to have because it was longer in the back than in the front. It had cinched pockets. It also had a hood. It was a great piece, and it was lightweight, but it kept the wind off. Okay, stay with me here. When I packed a portable closet, but on the return trip home, I had all of my items in a tripped travel cube. So let me explain. When I packed my bag, I used the hanging closet, and that worked out great because I was able to hang my clothes up when we got to our accommodations. When we were coming back, Wayne always puts his dirty clothes in different plastic bags, and so that left his packing cube unused. So I went ahead and put all my stuff in the packing cube, and then my portable closet was able to be packed flat. It just allowed me to have just a little more room in my suitcase. But having the packing closet while we were over there worked out wonderfully. Okay, let's go through all of the items I packed with me to see what things worked and see if maybe something didn't work quite so well. These were fantastic. I used every single thing that I packed, every single thing. So if you go back and watch my packing video, everything that I packed for clothing, I used. Let's talk about shoes. When I was doing my packing video, I was going back and forth on what shoes I was going to pack. So, what I ended up wearing were my New Balance shoes that I could slip on, slip off, and the ones I packed were my Topos. These are the free slippers that we were given at our accommodations in Rome. Isn't that fun? And then I brought back a chocolate bar for our son. This is my nighttime kit. Again, I used everything in my nighttime kit except for the humidifier. I ended up not needing that because the rooms were not nearly as dry as I thought they would be, and so I didn't end up using it. But it is a handy little gadget to have. The next little bag I have is my laundry kit, and that proved very valuable. The only thing I didn't use out of that was the clothing line, and that was because the accommodation that had the washing machine also had several drying racks for us to use. I did not end up using my sling, phone, and water bottle holder, and I did not end up using my umbrella. I just used the hood of my raincoat, and that proved to be a good idea. Because Italy is such a street food culture, I was able to use our Ziploc bags and our travel utensils on several occasions, so I would recommend taking that. This travel pillow is a big no for me. This is the one that attaches to the seat back and then the eye mask velcros to the pillow. It just didn't fit me. It didn't fit my neck. It didn't fit, it just didn't work for me. First of all, when you are sitting in economy seats, you can't spin around very easily. And I can't contort my body at this age to get this thing buckled on to the headrest. I did have some time before the middle seat person arrived to do it, but when it came loose and trying to reaffix it was kind of a pain. I was able to do it. And then the Velcro on the eye mask was kind of weird, and it just put my head in a really strange position. I didn't follow my own advice. The advice I always give you guys is to try things out before you actually need to use them. But this product arrived the day we were leaving, and I was so excited to try something new that other content creators had recommended that I just went ahead and took it. And I ended up actually using the airplane pillow. Lesson learned. This is a U-shaped memory foam travel pillow. It has a side pocket that you could put your earbuds in or your cell phone. Wayne had tried this pillow out at home and he thought he would really like it, but it just didn't work out on the flight. So these are my takeaways and my recommendations for you. Streamline your packing. Stick to versatile clothing like a capsule wardrobe. Mix and match your pieces. Use lightweight fabrics and neutral tones. That worked. The next thing is double check what bags you want to take. Review your travel plans. get into the details and see exactly what bags are going to work best for you. Always double check the dimensions and weights. If you have strict carry-on limits, it's good to know on the front end. Make sure your luggage is of good quality, that the wheels are going to stand up to the cobblestone streets or whatever surfaces you're going to be using. Download digital tools before you leave for public transit, translation, offline maps, airports, airlines. Just make sure you have downloaded everything before you leave. Also, make sure you have the correct credit cards. Make sure you have the PIN numbers for your credit cards. Make sure you have a plan for currency. Also, make sure you have a plan for your arrival. The last thing you want to do when you are arriving into a new country and you are tired and jet lagged is try to figure out how to get where you're going. And don't forget to check the weather. The weather changes daily, so always check last minute to see if there's been any significant weather changes that might affect your packing strategy. And I would recommend checking the hourly weather. We would see that one day would show 95% rain. But when we checked the hourly, we noticed that it was going to be finished raining by 7:30 in the morning. The rest of the day was beautiful. So that's just a helpful hint. Thank you so much for unpacking with me today. I hope I gave you some helpful insights for your next adventure. If you have any questions about packing or travel tips, please put them in the comments. We are here to help. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell because we have a lot more coming on our trip to Italy. We appreciate you sticking with us to the end of this video. We share travel tips, packing videos, and tools for navigating the points and miles ecosystem. If this interests you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. Have a great day, and we will see you next time.